Yes. Yes, he will be. And Nick,
what is going on?
You've denied us for so long. I want you now to join me and Broussard. Come over to the dark side of quarterback wins. Admit that Jimmy G is 37-16 in his career. Admit that he has the intangibles needed for Indianapolis to turn themselves into a playoff team. Admit that unlike Carson Wentz, he would have never lost that game in Jacksonville because, say it with me, he is a winner. Abandon your stats. Abandon your rationale. Use your eyes. The eye test and quarterback wins. Join us. Join us to the Jimmy G train of power and quarterback wins. Join us, my friend. You've resisted for too long. Say it. Say it, Jimmy G would be good on the Colts. Say it now. Say it.
Just say it, Nick. Put us all out of our misery.
Wow, well
Just
done.
say it.
All right.
Well done.
Jimmy G
He's gonna say it.
would
He's
be a
about to say it.
substantial upgrade over Carson Wentz. It would be the right move for the Colts.
There it is.
However,
Wow.
that only proves that I am the only consistent person when it comes to Jimmy G on this show. Here's why. I've never said Jimmy G is an abomination. I've never been as hard on Jimmy G as I have been on Carson Wentz. But you guys have said, and Broussard keeps showing me the fancy graphic, one of 7 quarterbacks last 50 years, win 70% of his games. So here, I'm going to put it back to you guys. If Jimmy G can turn a Niners team that Brew, you have told me, without him, what? They won like 20% of their games, right? Without him, they were terrible.
8-28.
Just awful.
8-28.
8-28 without him. Well, he's going to a team that the last 2 years is 20-13 with the last year of Phillip Rivers and with Carson Wentz. So, if you two are to remain consistent, I sure as hell expect you to pick the Colts to win the conference, if not the Super Bowl. If they're 20-13, a playoff team and then a borderline playoff team with they have that offensive line, that defense, all of it. The best running back in football, go Badgers, Jonathan Taylor. Now they've added the missing piece. They've added, according to you guys, a great quarterback. So obviously, if a team that's 8-28 without Jimmy G and then wins 70% of their games with him, and he's the reason, then a team that's 20-13, your take, I assume, is the Chiefs are not the favorites. If the Colts get Jimmy G, it's their conference to lose, right? That's the take, correct?
Well, look. Before I address your attempt to turn this thing on its head, you called for the graphic. Let's see it. Look at this company that Jimmy G keeps. That is incredible. Every single one of those guys outside of Jimmy G is either a Hall of Famer or Lamar's got a great shot. We'll see going forward to become a Hall of Famer.
League MVP, Hall of Famer. Yep.
Yes. But here's the thing, Nick, and I have been consistent on this. As much credit as I've given Jimmy G, and let me recap that as well, because you like to gloss over it. The San Francisco 49ers with Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
And heck, DeMeco Ryans was on the staff. Robert Saleh was on staff too. And they had George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk were there. All of those guys were there. They were 1-10 when Jimmy G got there. And they just run off 5 wins. And the rest is history. They go to Super Bowl a couple years later when he's healthy. So Jimmy G definitely had an impact, and Waz hit on the head. He is rich in intangibles. Now, he's not the greatest physical quarterback, with all the tools. And I've never said it. I have always said, I'm not putting this guy in the class of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and so on and so on. He's not. But I'm saying if you can't get one of those superstar quarterbacks, then Jimmy G is a nice consolation prize, a very nice one. And he will go to Indianapolis with Frank Wright, the quarterback whisperer. Because Wright, look, as bad as Carson Wentz, is and all that, he actually did, he improved Wentz a lot over what he did the year before in Philly. Now, what Frank Wright will do with Jimmy G, they have a great shot, Nick, a great shot at winning that division. I don't think they're better than Kansas City. I don't think they're better than Denver, because Denver's got Mr. Unlimited, who you also try to kill. So they just, Jimmy G, I'm not going to overstate it, but this would be a great move for them, and they would be able to win that division, battling Tennessee tooth and nail.
So why? Okay, so listen, you're hedging. That's fine. I'm not calling him a great quarterback.
What?
Here's a list with six. Here's a list of 6 Hall of Famers and MVPs in Jimmy G. But I'm not calling him a great quarterback. I'm just saying.
It's a fact.
That's Broussard's favorite thing.
I can't deny
I'm not saying
the
it.
facts.
I'm just saying. So let me try to give a food analogy here. Quarterbacks, and I hate to dehumanize people, but I will for a moment. All right. So Patrick Mahomes is your Japanese A5 Wagyu. Then you have a step down. Justin Herbert, for instance. He's a bone-in filet. Some people would even say, I prefer the bone-in filet to the A5 Wagyu. Now, they'd obviously be wrong. They haven't actually had real Wagyu, but they think they're right. But it's still great. Then you go another level down. You have Russell Wilson. He's a really good double cheeseburger. Like, this hits the spot. Oh, I'm not mad at this at all. Then you go a level down to Jimmy G. Jimmy G is Oysters Rockefeller. Could be a nice compliment to an otherwise great meal. But you're just worried you're going to bite into that one bad one and get sick. Now, is that better than Carson Wentz, which is Soylent, just a meal replacement? Yes, of course, that's better than Carson Wentz. And is that better than Drew Lock? Is he better than Drew Lock, who's just literal poison? You just eat him and you die? Yeah, he's better. Drew, so those are the things. But the idea that because I think Carson Wentz is better than, Jimmy G's better than Carson Wentz does not mean that I think you guys are right, that Jimmy G has this je ne sais quoi that just makes him a winner when we watch the games and he closes his eyes and throws interceptions. So no, I'm not coming around.
So
what about my vegan patty?
You should. I will reframe it, Jenna. First of all, I'm not going to talk about the Colts versus the Chiefs. I'm going to talk about the Colts versus the Titans. And do I think, because the Titans had the bye, not the Chiefs, because the Titans were better than the Chiefs this year in the regular season is what I'm talking about. Get Jimmy G to the playoffs. Get Jimmy G to that bye. Ooh, be nervous.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.